Hello everyone, welcome to today's video. Today I'm here using our Christmas decoration since it's already December and I have somebody here with me. Say hi everybody. Hi. She was taking a nap but she just woke up, so she's here with me right now and I'm here to give you guys a postpartum update. I went to my 6 weeks appointment last week and I'm all clear, so I am here today to tell you guys how the whole process went. So I already have here on the channel a birth vlog that has all the information about the birth, so if you didn't see that one yet, you can go there and check it out. But I had a vaginal delivery and I had an epidural, so I'm gonna tell you guys how my experience went after this whole process. The worst part, I think, is like the first few days, the first 3 days I would say, but especially the first 24 hours. So in the first day for me it was very painful, like down there where she was born, where you pass through, right? I had 2 small tears and I was very swollen. My tears were like very superficial, but I still needed stitches. And the whole area was very like swollen, so it was very hard for me to sit on the first day. It was very painful. I was taking like Tylenol for pain and that was helping, but of course we still feel something. And I was also using Dermaplast to numb the area and that helps a lot. I'm gonna do a video like telling all the products that really helped me with the whole process, but Dermaplast for sure helped me a lot. But still, it was very uncomfortable. On the first day I couldn't sit like I'm sitting here. I definitely couldn't. I was so swollen and it was so painful that I was like every time sitting like this, kind of laying down. But after 24 hours it got a little better. And then definitely after like 3 days, even better than that. And I didn't feel anything else after like 1 week, I would say. So it wasn't so bad. I was expecting way worse, but so I was like actually surprised. I didn't think it was that bad, but definitely in the first 24 hours are very uncomfortable. As I mentioned earlier, I had an epidural, so I was also having like a lot of pain on the back. Not a lot of pain, but a little pain on the back where the shot happened, so I couldn't like sit on that area, like it would bother me. So it was a very uncomfortable first day because like I couldn't sit because it would be painful down there, and I couldn't like touch this area anywhere because it was painful here. So like most of the time I was like, okay, let me walk, because walking is fine. It's better than like actually doing anything else. But everything was okay, I would say. The bleeding is very intense on the first day and on the first 3 days, I would say, but especially on the first day, like going to the shower, like you're leaking blood and then peeing, it's like a lot of blood too. And the diapers really help. I thought it was way more comfortable to use the diapers than to use like a mesh underwear with like a pad, because all the time I'll be like, oh my god, is it like out of place, is it leaking or whatever. And with the diaper you don't have that worry, so I felt much better with that. And it's a lot of bleeding, but still like the diaper can hold for like, I was changing every 8 hours on the first few days, but because of hygiene, because it wouldn't be like completely full after 8 hours too, so it wasn't like that bad, but it's still like a lot more than a period, I would say. And then after the first few days, the first 3 days, let's say, it gets a lot better than it's like a period. So the diapers are not necessary anymore at that point, so you can actually use like regular period pads. I was still bleeding up until like 2 or 3 weeks, I would say, but not that bad. It's like just a little bit here and there, but I would still keep a pad there just to be sure for the first 3 weeks. About going to the bathroom for number 1 and number 2, it's something that everybody says it's really hard after delivery, and actually it is. Like peeing is painful, but I was expecting worse as well. It's like a painful, like a UTI, so anybody that had that in life and you survived it, that it's exactly the same. Everybody survives, that was a joke, but anyway, it's exactly the same type of pain. It's not like that bad. The peri bottle helps, but for me, I didn't use it that much, especially because when I was in the hospital I couldn't use it because they wanted me to collect the pee so they could check on the bleed and everything. So on the first day where the pain was worse, I couldn't use it. So after that I was like, okay, what's the point now? So for me it wasn't like super important. I'm gonna do a video here saying the products that I really used on postpartum and what I didn't think it was that necessary, and then I'm gonna talk more about it in there. But anyway, it's painful for the first few days, but definitely not that bad. As far as number 2 goes, I couldn't do it until like almost a week postpartum. Like, yeah, it took me a while, and I was taking actually pill for that. They prescribed me, but still took a while. After that it got back to normal, and it wasn't that bad. It wasn't painful at all or anything like that. It just took a while to happen. And yeah, she's back to sleep here apparently, but I'm gonna keep her in here just in case, because probably she's gonna wake up when I put her there. Anyway, so she's gonna stay here with me. About breastfeeding, like is not easy on the beginning. Like, actually it happened easily. Like, she latched really well right away, like first 30 minutes alive, and she was already eating, like breastfeeding really well. The consultant said she was latching perfectly, and I had in my mind that if the latch was good it wouldn't be painful. But with me that wasn't true. I don't know if that happens to somebody, if there's any way that's not painful at all for somebody, but for me, even with the perfect latch, it was still painful for the first month. After 1 month it went away. So I'm gonna tell you, like, it's gonna be painful, but there's hope. After 1 month I don't feel anything anymore, but on the first month, yeah, it was really painful. Not from the beginning. Like, on the first day it was easy, but then I think like it's a very sensitive area, and then after she eats like a certain amount of times, it started like getting really painful. And I was using cream, and I can't tell if the cream was helping or not, because I was always using and the pain was still there, but I don't know if it would be like more painful without the cream or not, because I didn't want to do the test. So I kept using. I used a lot of it on the first month, but anyway, it was still painful through the whole process, to the point where like sometimes it was so painful that I was like, when she was hungry, I was like, oh my god, I can't believe I have to do it again. So I understand for people that can go through with that. I really understand, because it's not easy. And I was actually like really worried, because I was like, if her latch is perfect and it's hurting like this, is that how it's gonna be forever? It's never gonna get better. But that's what I'm saying now. Yeah, it gets better. If the latch is good, it gets better. So if you can get through the first month, that's it, you're good. Another thing for the first few weeks is that it's not just the pain in the pubis itself, is that when you breastfeed, your uterus is contracting, so you have a lot of cramps. I was expecting that already because I saw a lot of videos about it, but yeah, it's a real thing. It's like a really bad cramping, especially on the first few days, and it starts getting better and better after a few weeks, when your uterus was already like back into what it was. Then the pain disappears, but for the first few weeks, yeah, every time you breastfeed you have some cramping there, and it's not really comfortable, but it's also not the end of the world. And one more thing about breastfeeding, also about pain and all that. My milk came on around day 3. On the first few days we don't have like actual milk, it's just like the colostrum, which is really important for the babies. And the real milk comes, she's stretching, around day 3. And in the beginning our body is like adjusting to the amount the baby eats. So for me, on the first few days, like the milk came with like a lot of milk, and she wouldn't drink it all because their stomachs are still small in the beginning, so they can only take so much. So I start getting engorged. So after like 2 days that my milk came, I started like getting really engorged, especially on the right side, and that's painful. But I had to massage it to break that and do heating pads and stuff like that. And that's when I start using like my pump to pump it and take a little bit of the milk so I wouldn't get engorged anymore, and that helped, but on the beginning it was really painful for that too. One thing that I'm lucky with her is that she's very efficient to eat. She's never breastfeeding for longer than 10 minutes, and that to speak about the first month. On the first month she was always like 5 to 10 minutes. After the first month she's never more than 5 minutes, and I'm not even kidding, like never more than 5 minutes. And I was even worried, like, is she having enough? But yeah, this baby is gaining a lot of weight. Yeah, she was born on the 50 percentile and she's already on the 70. So yeah, she's gaining a lot of weight. So pediatrician is not worried about it. She said she's having an efficient breastfeeding. So I'm not gonna complain about it. But yeah, she's a very quick eater. About the weight and the belly, I had the impression that my body went back to normal, like the pre-pregnancy normal, in like a month. I thought it was really quick. I wasn't expecting that, but for me, breastfeeding I think really worked, and I went back in like a month. When I went to my 6 weeks appointment, I had already exactly the same weight that I had pre-pregnancy, so I gained around like 25 pounds during pregnancy, and I lost the whole 25 pounds in less than 6 weeks, which I thought it was really good. My belly is not completely like flat. It has like a little, I'm gonna show you when she's not in my lap anymore. I'm gonna show you, I'm gonna record it and put it here. It's not completely flat, but I think I'm gonna have to work out for that. But my body is pretty much back to normal aside from that, and my weight is also back to normal. So that's it. I thought it was really quick. Speaking of sleeping deprivation, that's a real thing. Oh my god, it's really hard. I think it's one of the hardest part of like postpartum and stuff. About maternity in general, it's sleep deprivation. For me, I thought it wouldn't be that bad because I had insomnia like on and off my whole life, and I had almost my whole pregnancy I had insomnia. But of course my insomnia stopped as soon as she was born, and then I had this insomnia here because I had to feed her like every couple hours. I have to feed her every couple hours during the night. And like she goes back to sleep actually quickly, and she doesn't breastfeed for too long. She's always on like eating for like 5 minutes, as I said it earlier. But I have to feed her, change diaper, put her back to sleep, and then I drink my water. Sometimes I go to the bathroom to pee because I'm drinking a lot of water, and then I have to go back to sleep. And even though I don't have insomnia, for me like it's always hard to get back to sleep. It's not quickly. Like some people just put the head in the pillow and that's it. For me it takes a while. So by the time I'm actually like falling asleep, it's almost time to wake up again. So it's like it's not being easy to getting used to not sleeping. At least like one big stretch. I think like if you can sleep like 3 or 4 hours like straight, I think I would be already okay. But for me it didn't happen yet. She started doing like longer stretches a little bit now. But definitely not on the first month. But even now, like I don't get the long stretch because she falls asleep like around 8 o'clock, and I'm not sleeping around that time. And as I said, it takes me a while through the whole process. So for me, I still didn't sleep more than 2 hours straight. Okay, so I'm gonna end this video here. I don't know if I said everything, but if you have any questions, just ask me here in the comments and I'll definitely answer you. And that's it. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Don't forget to thumbs up, and if you're not subscribed to the channel, subscribe here to see a lot more videos like this. Kisses. Bye bye.